No. You should be fine with that. Alright, so first we'll start off with selecting the Hellbringer. Right. Let me know when you're good.
No, because I still have to put powers in other places to get down to Hellbringer.
Well, normally when you hit the respec, that's the first thing that it does. Alright. Alright, so Killing Flames, boom, 2. Dark Spiral Aura, 2. Brood of Hadar, 2. Shadow Walk, 2. Then I'll go to Vampiric Embrace, 1, 2. Flames of Phlegathos, whatever, 1, 2. We're at 13, so let's see, we'll go to Eldritch Blast, put another one there, Infernal Spears. Alright, good, you should be at 15. Mm-hmm. Dread Theft, 1, 2. Deadly Curse, 1, 2. Jacob, sit still. Alright. Dark One's Blessing. Just put 1 there. Oh, well, I guess I should have put it somewhere else, but it don't matter. Fiery Bolt. 1, 2. Hand of Blight. 1, 2. Now we'll go back to Infernal Spear.
Alright, guys. I'll be back here in a little bit.
We're respecing right now, Phil. We're making a video. We'll get with you.
Oh, make your video, respect, do your thing. I'll be back in a little bit.
Back to the spears, you said?
Yep. Spears. Yep. And I think now you can do 3 points. So, yep. Yeah, so go ahead. Fiery Bolt 3. Dread Theft 3. Killing Flames 3. Dark Spiral Aura 3. And oh, sorry. Fiery 3. Dread Theft 3. Killing Flames 3 and Dark Spiral Aura 3.
Okay, Dread Theft is 3. How much was 28 spent?
Dark Spiral Aura.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll put the last one in the Hand of Blight 3. Yep.
Okay.
Pillar of Power, the big one. 1, 2, and 3.
That's automatic.
Flames of Empowerment. 1, 2, and 3.
You got it.
Hellish Rebuke. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's natural.
Curse Bite 1.
Okay.
Tyrannical Curse 1, 2, 3. No Pity, No Mercy 1, 2, 3.
You got it.
Warlock's Bargain 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Now we got one more point to spend. I forget. Oh, let's do. What's that?
No, I didn't have your warlocks that high.
Oh.
I'm loading.
Brood of Hadar for the last point to put it at 50. That's the PvP one.
Gotcha.
Alright. So you're at 50.
Back down. Yep, back down.
The Wonderful World of Gates of Hell will be 3.
You knew that.
Blades of Vanquished Armies 1, 2, 3.
3? Okay.
Yep. Curse Bite. Sorry, I'll slow down.
Curse Bite.
Next to Pillar of Power, right under the 30 point. Go ahead and put that at 3. Now, Shadow Walk or Eldritch Blast, put those up to 3. And that'll put you at 60.
Shadow Walk.
I just do that one so I can try stuff later on. Good?
Nope. I'm missing my third.
Um.
Oh, blast. Okay, I got it. Blast. 60.
Alright. Hadar's Grasp. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Let's see. I need 2 more, so we'll go to Deadly Curse. Put 1 there. And then Vampiric Embrace. Put the last one in there. Good?
That's interesting. Okay. Yep.
Arms of Hadar. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And let me see here. Flames of Phlegathos. I'll go ahead and put that at 3, because we only need 1 more point after that. So I guess I would put it into what's the next one that needs 3? It doesn't really matter, I guess. Deadly. We already got Deadly Curse. Let's do All-Consuming Curse. That's one that I'm planning on trying out later, but hey, Daryl.
What's up, dog?
Alright, sorry, Daryl, we're doing a respec real quick. And we're streaming it live. Yeah, we're respecing our Warlocks, me and Mike. We're doing a live stream on it. Alright, so you got 70 points spent.
Nope, I don't. What's left when you said?
All-Consuming Curse. It really doesn't matter at that point, but All-Consuming Curse is one that I want to test out later, because if you get the power from your main hand, or from your offhand, if the power for that is All-Consuming Curse, you can increase your crit severity. So that's something I'm going to try later. It's just not a priority right now. Alright.
7 more points. I'm at 70.
Alright. So, obviously, Arms of Hadar. Boom, right off the top. Alright. Gates of Hell. Right off the top.
Yeah, you know that. Yep. Got it.
Alright. Hellish Rebuke. I just want to make sure you have all the ones that are essential first.
That's 4.
Alright. Pillar of Power. That's 4.
Yep. Got it.
Killing Flames.
Got it.
Alright. So how many do you have left?
2.
What's your artifact power? Is it Flames of Empowerment, or your artifact weapon power?
Yeah, I think it is.
Alright, so put it in Flames of Empowerment. And then the last one will be No Pity, No Mercy. Or Tyrannical.
Oh, yeah. So you got a lot. Tyrannical got it.
Alright.
I'm done with that.
Okay, so now we'll pick our powers. So for at-wills, actually, hold on a second, I got 10 points left to spend, so let me go ahead and do those real quick.
What? That's killing me. Okay.
1 second, sorry.
I only had 77. That's all I had.
I got 88. And yeah, I mean, you'll get them. It's just a matter of time. So. Yeah, I know. I got lucky and I got about 7 of them in a row, and that helped me a lot. So let's see. Sorry, I don't want to keep you waiting. but I want to make a...
Oh, no, you good. Yeah, you good. You good. I promise.
Alright, awesome. Curse Bite. And I'm gonna... You know what? I'm gonna do Wraith Shadow. Alright. So, alright, we'll start with the at-wills. I go to Hellish Rebuke. That's the most important of all. And I put that as my R2. Then as my L2, I would either go with Dark Spiral or Hand of Blight. I use our Dark Spiral because I don't use it very often at all. But I do if I need a few extra action points. Yeah, pop that, and most of the time I'll hit for about 100k with it, usually, if it crits. Alright, so now we'll move on to encounters. So, first would be Killing Flames, because I run the Killing Flames build. I'll equip that in square. And then for Triangle, I run Arms of Hadar. But, I mean, that's just player preference as to where it's at. For me, the O button is kind of off to the side, so I use that for Pillar of Power because it's just kind of quick access right there. And then the third encounter, obviously, is Pillar of Power.
Yeah, it should be my circle, yep.
Now, for your personals, do you have Flames of Empowerment unlocked on your weapon?
Yeah, I do.
Alright, so we'll want to set that as our first personal.
Okay, first top. Okay.
And then No Pity, No Mercy. Now that's going to convert your Hellish Rebuke. Yep, I use that because it makes your Hellish Rebuke a little bit more powerful, especially when you're up close in the fight. Like when out there, like if I'm getting wailed on, it actually keeps hitting them over and over and over again, and it debuffs them. So that's it for the powers.
Okay.
All right, now we'll go to feats. So first and foremost is Weapon Mastery. All 3 points there.
Got it.
And then I do 4 in Energizing Curse. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, got it.
Now I do 6 or all 3 points in Empowered Rituals to get the encounter damage. 1, 2, 3. That's going to unlock Determined Casting, which is your cooldown reduction on your encounters by 10%. And you see the emphasis on cooldowns. You know what I mean? Reduction in time, increase in damage. That's why I run Dread, because of that. But anyways,
How many in the tournament?
all 5.
Okay, got it.
And then Devastating Critical is going to be an extra 15% crit severity. I mean, it's impossible to pass that up.
All 3, okay.
Mhm.
I got 5 more to do.
And let's see. You shouldn't have 5 more.
Alright, I have, when you go back to it, I have the Energizing Curse, 4 and 5. I have Weapon Mastery 2 or 3. I have Empowered Rituals 3 or 3. And then I did the Determined Casting 5 and 5. And then Devastating Critical is 3 or 3.
Huh. Yeah, that's right. So you got 2 points left. So put the last one into... You can either do the last 2 in Blood Pact of Cania, or put the last one on your action point gain. Each one of the points in Blood Pact of Cania is going to give an additional increase of damage. But, you know, yeah.
You don't put anything in toughness?
No, I don't worry about any of that. I'm all offense.
Like I said, I have 5 points available.
So You shouldn't. I think you only have 2 actually. So put the last one in Energizing Curse, and then the other one into Blood Pact of Cania.
I have 4 left.
You had to miss.
No, I'm human.
You have 4 left still.
Yeah, 4 heroics and 41 paragons.
Okay, so you've got 3 of 3 on Weapon Mastery.
Yep.
5 of 5 of Energizing Curse. 3 of 3 of Empowered Rituals.
Correct.
5 of 5 on Determined Casting.
5. Yep. Correct.
3 of 3 on Devastating Critical.
Correct.
Then put the rest in the Blood Pact of Cania. Dude, that's badass. I missed 4 because of that.
I put 4 or 5 in there and I'm done.
Yep, that's awesome.
with that.
So we'll go ahead and lock that in, push square.
Yep. It's locked in.
So that way if we accidentally back out or whatever.
The last one I did was blood pack. Yep.
Yeah, dude, yeah, what the hell? That's not fair. Alright, so now one thing to understand is weapon damage is nothing in the game whatsoever. I mean, it's like 1,500 damage, and when you're critting for hundreds of thousands, it's just kind of a drop in the bucket as compared to what you can do with other stuff. So the Fury path, you have Daughter's Promise and Critical Promise. Now,
Yeah.
so basically Critical Promise, after a crit hit, your next attack will also deal 50% of your weapon damage. So I put 2 points there,
1, 2. Okay.
and then I put 3 in a Daughter's Promise, because when a cursed target is killed, you deal 100% of your, or a certain percent of your weapon damage as necrotic damage up to 3 targets. Basically, since weapon damage is nothing and it doesn't really matter anyways, I would rather get a little bit of something no matter what happens. So if I get a crit, I'm going to do a little bit of that weapon damage from Critical Promise, and if I kill a cursed target, then I'm going to get a little bit of extra damage from Daughter's Promise. So I have...
When I was pitching about those promise, I accidentally put 1 in there.
Right. Yeah, those aren't going to do much at all. But we just have to get 5 points in it to get to the next. Now, Gatekeeper's Empowerment. Gates of Hell, all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to increase your action point gain. Basically, if I got a mob and I hit Gatekeepers, and if I hit Gates of Hell, I'm going to hit all of them, normally over a mil, but I'm going to get half of my action points back, like 50%.
Gotcha.
Alright, and so the next one is going to be Hell Touched. So kind of being up in the fray, you're going to get hit quite often. So when you do get hit, you're going to do 10% more damage to everyone that hits you, which translates to, 5 for 5 on that. Executioner's Gift. Your at-will encounters deal 15% bonus damage. I mean, that's a big one. That's a big one. I don't worry about the one above it, because it's weapon damage. But then Warlock, Brutal Curse. Basically, anything that's cursed with Warlock's Curse increases your damage against it by 10%. I mean, yeah. Now go ahead and lock in Creeping Death. Now, where we have a decision is between Murderous Flames and Offering to the Prisoner. Yeah. So we're not going to worry about those 2 yet, because I always like to make sure I got the one that I know I need first, and that is Power of the 9 Hells. So basically, Power of the 9 Hells, which is in the Damnation tree, your damage and damage resistance buff now lasts 5 seconds after you leave the area, and it also allows that buff to be given to allies, 50% of it. Without Power of the 9 Hells, other people don't receive that buff. So screw Parting Blasphemy and go with Relentless Curse, because anytime something's cursed, anytime, all 5 and 2 Relentless Curse.
And power 9, it's gonna be all.
Oh yeah, all 5. Now I run Murderous Flames, but that not because the way it works is it doesn't do any more damage. It doesn't make your Killing Flames do any more damage than it already does at all. But it takes 30% of that damage. And keep in mind, if you crit for a mill, that's 300,000 damage that's going to spread it to everyone around them. Now, that really, I mean, you're not going to do any extra damage from it. But, you know, if you're in an area where you got a bunch of trash mobs and stuff, it's nice to be able to attack one of them and kill more than one. So if they don't have a shitload of health points or anything like that, by attacking one with Killing Flames, you're able to attack more than one. So granted, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but sometimes if the whole group is on the edge of dying, it can save your ass to take them all out. Because an enemy with 100% health does the same damage to you as an enemy with 1% health. The thing is getting rid of them as fast as possible. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that can be all 5.
Okay. Makes sense to me. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Points pending. 41 paragon. What the hell is that?
Oh,
I hadn't used them. Okay.
Now you push square.
Yeah, 23 heroics and 41 paragons.
Now let's go to boons.
Yeah. Nothing in Kings of Thunder right now.
Alright, I've got 1 in there, so lifesteal, boom. I always hit square after every single one. So Sharandar, you already got all those, right?
Yeah, I have all these.
Alright, first one, Dark Fey 100, 400 power.
Got it.
Fey Precision, 400 crit strike.
Got it.
Elven Haste, 3% action point gain.
Got it.
Then Elven Tranquility, heal 20,000 hit points. Now the reason that is,
Oh, you healing?
yep,
Okay.
the reason that is, that's what increases my survivability. As a warlock, you don't have a shitload of health points. You only get like maybe 100.
What I did the 20,000 arcane damage. That's
Yep.
what messed with that.
Yeah, and it's not going to hurt your damage, but it's going to hurt your survivability. You're going to do more damage, but the thing is, 20,000 damage really isn't a whole lot. But if I can stay alive for a second, longer, I can hit 1 Killing Flames and do a lot more damage than 20,000 damage.
Alright, I don't have the last one. That's all I had in that.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so the thing is, when it comes to a finite set amount of damage, like 20,000 damage, it's not really a whole lot. However, if I'm on my last legs, 20,000 hit points, that's a fifth of my health as a warlock. You know what I mean? So,
And the last one you get is the Fury, correct?
Elven Fury, Elvish Fury. Oh yeah, because that's about almost extra 4,000 power from time to time. Now I'll push square and lock it in. Now Dread Ring.
I have all 5. So yeah.
So you can either go crit strike or power with this. I normally have a decent amount of power, and one thing that I don't focus on too much is crit strike. So I actually do put this one here on crit strike.
Okay.
Because I spec specifically for power. Yep. Now 400 lifesteal from Evoker's Thirst. Then 3% resistance ignored from Forbidden Piercing.
Got it.
And there's another one of those situations when dealing damage, you have a chance to deal up to 20,000 necrotic damage over a few seconds. You know, most of the time.
I always do shadow sets.
Yep, most of the time when you're dealing damage, a lot of times the enemies don't even have 20,000 hit points left before they're dead. So if that procs when they're almost dead, then you're not going to get that damage anyways. So I take the 20,000. Yeah. But even then, 20,000 damage, well, that's one hellish rebuke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always take chance to heal. Yeah, because if those two healing ones proc at the same time, you got half health again. You know what I mean? And then Rampaging Madness.
Did you engage regrowth is what you took, right?
Say what?
The regrowth. That's when you took or no?
Yeah, enraged regrowth. Yep.
Okay, that's why I was getting messed up. Rampaging Madness.
Yep. Rampaging Madness. That's a bad one, man. Now, Icewind Dale. I go combat advantage. I finally got all mine. And then kind of up to you, but I prefer to have the incoming healing rather than stamina gain.
I don't do anything out of stamina anyway because most of the time I fucking go through stamina. So.
Right. Now stamina. So the incoming healing, that's when you lifesteal, that's gonna translate to that. At least I think. Then 2% crit severity. Because crit severity is one of the hardest stats to get. Then it's going to be, you don't, yeah, so 2,000 power, for sure, cool reserve, because cold shoulder, you know, that's going to increase the damage by 2,000. If I were a tank or a healer, I would hop on those, you know what I mean, but I'm not. I'm a DPS, and I do way more.
The last one, I don't have it open. I don't have the last two open, actually. But the last one you would use the Winter's Bounty.
Exactly. You already know.
Okay. Yep. Just by the way I run my character.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, I know you know how to run the class.
And then you're going to do the cold shoulder, then you're going to do the Winter's Bounty.
Yep.
The last two. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm done with that.
Alright.
That's what I'm working on now, but campaign.
Underdark.
I have 4 I can run.
Awesome.
And of course you want to take the power.
Oh yeah.
1,600 max hit points. First
Yep.
of all. Next you want to do your it's between lifesteal and crit strike. I was choosing crit strike, but I need more lifesteal, so I'll take the top or the second one.
I would take the crit strike, actually.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, crit strike. Normally with my gear, my enchantments, and all that stuff, you know, all my stuff is more power focused. So if I have the option between the main stats I worry about are in this order: power, then crit strike, and then recovery.
Gotcha. I don't really look. When I was building this, I wasn't really looking for the recovery.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Well, it's like it was kind of misunderstood there for a little while too. But all right, the next one, combat advantage damage, increased by 10%, which is drow ambush, and stamina gain for the last one.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of times, not unless you're playing Temple of Spider where you have control effects on you.
Yeah. Well, and 5% shorter duration. So if you've got 5 seconds, if you're going to be stunned for 5 seconds, to reduce that by even, 20%, that's only going to reduce it by 1 second. You know what I mean? So you're still trapped for 4 seconds. So to reduce it by 5%, you're talking a half a second. You're not even going to notice it.
See, I don't have the last one, but you probably choose the give me a second to read it.
Mm-hmm.
You probably take the last one.
Yep,
right, so
exactly right. Yep, because I don't like leaving too much to chance if I don't have to. So a 5% chance to slay him outright. I'd rather see a guaranteed 10% damage bonus. Slay him outright myself, and then commit.
And that's the one. That's the one. Another one I'm working on too. The Underdark. That's the last. I only need one. And that's the last one I'm getting now.
That one's.
I'm not lacking on my.
No.
I'm not lacking too much on it.
Yeah, I see that. I actually thought you might have been a little farther behind than you actually are.
You know, like, hey, think I got 2700, man. Come on, give me a break.
No. Well, you know, because these don't show up in your item level. So, all right, 400 power. Yeah, that one's that's the. You got more than me. All right, this is by far the best set of boons that you can get, in my opinion.
Crit strike, 400.
Yep, crit strike. Now 400 armor pen, man.
Yep.
That's just 400 armor pen. You don't have to worry about enchantments.
400 life steal.
Yep, 400 life steal. Then.
Let's see what I do with mine. Hold on, let me see what I do with mine before you say anything. So I had 3 of 3.
Now that's up to you. I would. Oh yeah. See, so crit severity is. Oh no. Yeah, that's you wanna at least have the first one in crit severity on Dragon Fury. Like I said, crit severity is the hardest thing to come by in the game. So, and now,
that's also because I have 3 that I can use.
Yep.
I have 1 in life steal, and I have 1 in crit severity. But where did I put my third?
Now.
Increase control strength.
See that? Well, that's the discussion that.
Put it in the healing.
Well, see, the thing is, you can put it all 3 in crit severity if you want, and some people choose to do that. But you get 5% just for the first one. But for the second 2, you only get 1.5% for each. But
well, just like the incoming healing for the first one, I'll get it's 10%.
Yeah, I know. See, and that's what I do. Is I would crit severity. Like I said, crit severity is the hardest thing to come by. So me personally, I put them all into crit severity. But that's probably yeah. Well, actually, I would almost. Yeah, well, I think incoming healing translates to lifesteal, though. You know what I mean?
Does it?
I would just do the lifesteal if I were you. What do you want, Jacob? You're gonna have to wait 5 minutes. 2 in crit. Alright. That's fine. I mean, the only thing is that, you know, lifesteal, you can make that up with enchantments, you know what I mean, if you needed to. Or you can make it up with mount insignias and everything. The only thing you can't get from anywhere else is crit severity. Crit severity you can't get from any other source. But I'll probably end up doing the same thing as you. I just don't have the last boon.
Okay.
Guild Stronghold.
Yeah, what's up?
XP and power. Yep. Maze Engine.
5% life steal.
5% lifesteal.
Yeah. And then the next one, combat.
Yep. Combat it. I I would do combat.
I'm done on that.
I'll just know it's the 59.
Combat advantage.
You got it. I'm done on that.
And then, well, and when you get your boons later, the next one is action point gain, 3%.
Yep.
And then,
the last one would be Quick Strike, the Might.
Baphomet's Might. Yep. 20,000 or 2,000 crit strike for 6 seconds.
See, I'm thinking ahead.
Yeah, that's a good one. Now, elemental evil.
I have one.
300 power.
I'll be honest with you. I have one.
300 power.
Okay. Got it.
And then lifesteal. And then crit strike.
Yep.
And then let me see. I can't remember this one.
Whirlwind.
Taking damage, you have a chance to heal up to 2,400 hit points over a few seconds. After this ends, your crit strike is increased by 1,000 for 10 seconds. Recovery. So basically, you can decide between 1,000 recovery or 1,000 crit strike or life steal severity.
10% chance of life steal severity.
Yeah, but anytime crit strike comes up, I would take that over life steal. Because life steal is not going to increase your damage, it's going to just increase the amount of healing you receive from doing damage.
So take the bottom one.
Yeah, absolutely. Gale of Retribution.
Okay.
And there we go. Alright. So now let's go to companions.
Oh, whole character sheet. I need to do the stats.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's go there.
And first of all,
let's do that quick.
Now, without putting anything in, I'm running 21 charisma, 15 intelligence, and 15 constitution.
See, I'm running 23 charisma, 14 intelligence, and 17 constitution.
Okay.
So I had to do a race reroll, or a.
Oh, to get it higher.
Yeah. So basically, you take the 20 charisma. It's actually 18, but you get to pick the +2 to your charisma, and plus. Oh, you're a human. I forgot.
Yeah, I'm human.
So as a Tiefling, I can get 20 charisma right from the bat.
Okay.
And that's going to each make my crit chance, companion stats, and combat advantage. Those are 3 big ones. But anyways, so basically you'll put it all into charisma and constitution all the way down.
Okay, let's make it short. That's where I had it.
Charisma, constitution, charisma, constitution, charisma, constitution. And when done, I end up with 30 charisma and 24 constitution. And 16 intelligence.
I'm 28, 16 intelligence, and 22 con.
Yeah, you're missing 4 points. Oh, it's from my my belt, my black ice belt.
Really?
Yeah, because mine is. Is yours epic?
Will mine be level up? Nope. I'll level mine up.
Yeah, the black ice belt. Now that's given me +2 to my charisma already, and +1 to my constitution.
Yeah, I'm charisma. I'm 28, intelligence 16, which else again, and constitution I'm 22.
Yeah.
Right now is the final. Everything's final.
All right. Now
Okay.
over to companions. So read off your companions.
I have the Yeti.
Yep.
He's purple.
Okay.
I have the Man of Arms. He's a purple.
What's his active bonus?
300%.
Yeah, I would look into swapping him.
Well, he's immune.
Yeah.
Different things. That's why I got him.
Well, he's immune to dragons, but if you're running with a tank that knows what he's doing, you're not going to need that immunity.
Okay. Next is my blue con artist. He's on 190 quick strike active bonus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a gimme right there.
A 10, 2 10s, and a 9 as runestones.
Right. Yeah,
That was 22.
first priority would be getting him to epic.
Yeah, well, let me see. Okay, options. Quality. It costs me 500,000 or either 90. And out of the 90, I have 38 coins, so.
Damn. So yeah, final, when you get him to epic, he gains an attack, like when you look at their powers down there. And
Yeah,
it's
the last attack.
Yep.
Let me see, I see it.
The last attack that you unlock is what shreds the defense. That makes him the big hitter.
I lost you. How the fuck did I scroll over to the middle? The only power I'm missing is the Master Striker.
Yep, and that's the one that shreds the defense.
Okay. I have all 4 the rest.
Yep. Yeah, the final one, which is the one that everybody picks him for, is unlocked when he goes epic. Alright, so you've got Man-at-Arms,
The
Yeti. Yeti's good. Con Artist good. Next.
I have what you call, I guess he's a goblin with a red hat on.
Oh, okay.
And orange pin and life steal.
That's the
red 165 and 165.
Red Cap Prowie.
Red cap. Yep, he's purple.
Okay. And what's the last one?
My last one would be my pixie, which is the little
Action point gain.
ice sprite.
Yep. Action point gain.
Yep.
Alright.
And he's leveled up to 1100.
Go to your companions that you have in your list.
No one says he's sitting there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And who all do you have?
I have the illusionist. I have the wizard. I have the archon, earth archon. I have the fawn.
Hold on.
And I have the air archon.
Oh, yeah. What color is your air archon?
He's green.
Replace that Man-at-Arms. I know the Man-at-Arms is purple, but he's not giving you anything. If you're not using him, if he's not your summon, then he's not giving you anything you can use. Put that air archon on. That air archon's the best. Like, the best. And then I would get rid of that red cap Prowie and put in the earth archon.
Alright, give me a second. Working. Take off the Man-at-Arms. He's gonna have to give me back that bonding stone.
Now, also, you have enough upgrade tokens to upgrade that aircon to blue.
That's what it's for. Okay, give me a second. Just go delete something. Alright, now. Pins. Yeah, give me that runestone back.